Good afternoon and welcome. It's bright and sunny out there, and today it's time to talk about The World's Ends Harem episode 10. Now, here's where I kind of took a step back after watching this episode. I had to watch this twice to figure this out. You know, next week is the last episode of The World's Ends Harem, or Shuumatsu no Harem, whatever you call it. The direction of where it is now, given that it's 11 episodes, I don't know how it's gonna end. The way where we're at now is just potential, like it's in I'll say 65% chance to get another season. I don't know. The way how it's speed running this show and the way I was kind of quickly adapting from the manga, we were expecting more. And I get it, given that it's 6.23 rating on the My Anime list, and given that what the storylines for each guy is, it's getting there, props for it. This episode didn't really actually satisfy the fan service level. All we got was the reveal of number 4, finally, number 4 is Zen, and other stuff as well. So without further ado, let's get right to the review of The World's Ends Harem, episode 10. So, after the Izanami terrorist attack happened, yes, the group revealed as the Izanami. And Doi, or Sota, I like Sota by the way, Doi or Sota, he wakes up with all his harems with him. And now they're carrying on the roof and explains to him the actual truth. You see, Doi is still having this kind of reaction about the 4 other people surviving this. Now he knows the truth, and he notices that 4 other people. He getting this flashback like, what if it's one of the main bullies? And I'm telling you right now, read the manga, because what he did to him, best one ever for Sota. Now, his reaction was saving Erica. His reaction saving the girl that bullied him as well. The bully's girlfriend, His reaction saving her. I can't hate that. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised by the thing he did. Sorry, let me fix the camera a bit. There. Now back to what I was saying. I'm not surprised on what he did. People may look at it and say, "Oh, that bitch deserved to die from the ceiling. Should have hit him. Should have hit her. All that stuff." I understand people's frustration for that, but there's a reason why he did that. There's an absolutely reasonable reason behind that, and I'm telling you right now, if they show that next week, please, just please bring it up. I'm telling you right now, please bring it up. Please. So, Doi and Karen, she wants to be the number 1 person in the world. She wants to control the whole world. And Sota actually agreed with it. In fact, she was willing to look, I don't care if you're pregnant. I don't care if I get pregnant. I still want to be your attendant. In other words, she'd rather be a coach than a player. And to her, being that she's a coach or whatnot and giving all of it, she doesn't care. She doesn't even care. She wants to be on Sota's side. And they both agree on it. And with that handshake, they lost number 3. Now, Elsa and her group, the Izanami group, given the circumstances of capturing number 4, and I'm going to get to talk about him later, because it's really important, you need to know him. We got in more depth with the Izanami group. The Izanami group is a terrorist that goes against the UW. And putting them in danger, they trying to tell people that the satellite above them was the cause of the MK virus and spread around the world. And they kept that a secret. See, that's the thing is about this show is, even though it's ecchi, but it's the sci-fi genre that it is. Like, you're not going to, I understand sci-fi genres are kind of like on the low, underrated genres, because not everybody's getting confused in terms of sci-fi genres. I get that. But in this, it makes a lot of sense into the demographic of what's going on about this whole women population, world domination, concept of it. So that's one thing that people misunderstood about it. But their role is to not only get rid of the UW from the lies throughout the whole MK virus, they wanted civilization as well. In other words, peace. They want to make sure that, okay, if you want the world to be safe, all the men that is still out there, especially Rito's brother, can survive this. You just gotta if you take your 5 men, all the 5 people that survived from the virus, they come to us, we'll protect them. That's all there is to it. But the Islamic group has more than that, especially with Zen. Now, again, read the manga. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't put the backstory. I'm a little disappointed they didn't put the backstory in Zen, because his backstory is so freaking good. I'm telling you this from a point. I'm telling you this right now. Number 4, even though they revealed him, I would expect that they show his backstory, and they didn't. But his backstory is so depressing, not like in a level of Sota's depression, but his backstory with I will spoil you one thing. With his wife and the boss and the boss's daughter, oh my God. And he's a pharmacist, by the way. But there's more to that, and I don't know, how next week is going to go if they show his backstory. I don't know. Again, you gotta read the manga to see you gotta see number 4's backstory. But back to what I was saying. Now, being Reto, being that the beta man that he is, trying to find a cure for the MK virus and trying to be with Elsa, because they did a broadcast on the group. And then the Izanagi group is a brand, a little mark brand on their chest. Given that, and Chloe, this is why we don't trust Chloe. Chloe has this alternative motive on Reto. And Reto, being that he's the beta man behind all this, don't want to screw any other woman but Elsa herself. I don't know how they're gonna do this. Again, read the manga, because I don't want to spoil anybody on this for those who haven't seen it. Haven't read it, but trust me, you need to. And again, they left out a lot of things that they didn't add. For example, well, actually, before I get to that example, let me just get to the nurse here, Akane. The red-haired nurse on Reto's group. Now, Reto is now, talking to her about the mother. Akane's mother, the secretary of the UW. Definition of a bad mom. Definition. It's like her mom died. She had a younger brother. The nurse had a younger brother. She died of an MK. He died of an MK virus. And what did the mother do? Didn't even attend her funeral. Didn't even attend his funeral. Come on, really? A proud working mom, son died of an MK virus and didn't even attend it. Didn't even attend her own son's funeral. What the fuck is wrong with her? I don't know what to do with her. I don't know. What's more important? Your son's funeral or the MK virus thing? What were you concerned about? That's, you didn't even care. But they left out a few things and they should have added more to it. Now, remember what I said about examples that they should have added? This. I want to bring this up on the redo of Healer Vibe. Kiryu, you made Sota a bad man. And not in a bad way. A bad man. You made him the best right now. You talking about a development? Yo, when the episode said 2 numbers, they mean number 2 and number 4. Number 2 and number 3 meet. As for number 1 is now concerning for his child as well, because he kind of stepped up as a character right now, given the circumstance that one of them is pregnant and we know that who she is. But still, he's kind of stepping up and see the reality of all this with this whole terrorist thing. But back to what I was saying, episode 10 is the 2 numbers, number 2 and number 3. You got one guy named Reto who's the beta man himself, not smashing anybody but the woman he loves, Erisa, who's now part of the terrorists. And now they captured number 4, which they should have shown his backstory. Again, read the manga because they ain't putting them. They needed to show him. But this guy, Reto Kiryu from Redo of Healer, one of the best shows of all time, is so proud of you because you made Sota look OG badass. White hair sticking out and no freaking glasses with a fancy ass suit. He developed. Now, for those of us who haven't read the manga, I will say this: they have to show the part when he's in the lab and he's developing all the scars and whatnot. I'm telling you, read it because you got to see what made Sota Doi whatever. You got to see how he looks so from a boy with bob cut haircut and glasses to like looking what he is now. Like Redo of Healer did it. Like he changed his appearance and whatnot, and look where he at now. In the manga, he's getting better and better with ease. So when I look at Soto with this new look, oh my God, he looks freaking great. I'm telling you this right now, yo. Kiryu must be so proud of you right now. And Sota is, again, to me, he's the next Kiryu. Everybody should. And I'm laughing at this because he looks so freaking badass. The suit, without the glasses, the hair. He looks better and better with ease. And I'm telling you this right now, like I said, good episode. But my point is, the way how the direction of this episode went, I don't know how the end is gonna be. I don't know how the ending of Shuumatsu no Harem is gonna be. We don't know where, like, are they gonna show episode number 4's backstory? Are we gonna see the traumatized that number 4 is going through, being that he's gonna be a slave to the Izanami group? And what about number 3? With Sota, are they gonna show what I want to see? What he gonna do to Erica? All that stuff. And with number 2, matter of fact, are they gonna show? I will say this one in the manga because I'm a little spoiler. Are they gonna show the episode where Elisa and Reto finally meet? Those are questions, and we'll get all the answers that we can in this last episode. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But again, this was a good episode. I will give you guys my final thoughts on the last episode and give you a little questions and answers on this. Questions that I think should be answered or whatnot. But we'll see how this goes in the last episode of tongue-tied, last episode of Shuumatsu no Harem. All I can say is the good thing about this was that we got to see number 4 and Sota's development of a Redo of Healer vibe. But like I said, guys, read the manga because the manga gets a little more detailed with Sota's development and number 4's backstory if you want to know about them. So I look forward for next week's episode, the last episode of The World's End Harem, and I'm sure you will.